hit the button. I hit the button. See, Amanda gets to hear the music for once.
I can always hear it. Your headphones are so loud.
Well, there's that problem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. It's all Fish and Chips, the podcast, episode 69, the weed number. I am so excited. We have finally arrived. All the special things I promised you were going to happen are not going to happen because I am a liar. But having said that, we are here gathered mostly around this podcast table to talk about all the fun things that you have tuned in to hear. But before we get started, we got to announce all the folks here. As I said, my name is Thor. But to my left, celebrating the luckiest team in football once again, we've got Bubby.
Luckiest team ever.
Correct. And then next to Bubby, we have nobody, but do not fret, ladies and gentlemen, because Amanda, through the magic of satellites, has joined us here on the podcast via the telephone from work because work is all consuming. It's Amanda.
Hi.
Hey, Amanda. We're glad you could make it. I'm glad everybody could make it. I
miss you.
Bobby misses you. That's not super creepy at all when he does that in any way whatsoever. It's been a week. It's been a month since last we talked to you people, it feels like. Elections happened. A lot of things going here and there and everywhere. But we said, you know what? No matter what's happening in this world, we're going to gather together. And
it's all fish and chips.
And say, it's all fish and chips, baby. Don't worry about it. It's been a long week. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say about that. I'm going to get more into that here in a minute, at least for my personal side of things. I've got an epic tale of sadness that I will tell you all about here in a little bit, but we'll hit up some fun stuff first. It's not really sadness. I'm sad, but other than that, it's not really sadness. I will say, quick update. We mentioned on our trip podcast, we went to Kansas City, that I had tried to get my picture taken by an automated kiosk that was supposed to text me my picture. Like a month and a half later, it finally got around to texting me that picture. So I'm going to post that to the Facebook group. It's not a great picture, but I waited a long time for it. So here we are.
Right.
Amanda, what you got going on? Anything fun? Anything interesting? Anything exciting? She's still there?
She already hung up?
I'm here. I'm here. I was getting another call, so I had to get that to go away.
Okay, I see. I can't talk to you people now. I have a podcast.
Yes. Not really super exciting. Just same old, same old. I started watching a new show.
Okay. What's that? What show were you watching?
It's called The Summit.
Okay.
Does anybody know anything about it?
I do not.
My wife watches it as well.
Okay.
It's so good.
Give me the elevator pitch for The Summit.
So it's like a reality competition show.
Okay.
So it should probably not be a shock. There's a group of people, and they're each carrying a portion of $1 million in a backpack.
Oh.
And the goal is in 14 days for all of them to make it to the summit of this mountain in New Zealand.
Okay, so now, I have questions. These people, are they equipped with any mountaineering gear whatsoever when they first begin the competition? Or are they just let loose in shorts and flip-flops?
They are equipped with gear. It is proudly sponsored by North Face. Everything is North Face.
Because their logo comes up a bunch, I'm going to guess, yeah.
Yeah, it's all North Face. But they have gear, and they have a map, and they have kind of obstacles to help get them further along on this path.
Like competitions?
Like ropes and pulleys and things like that.
Okay.
And so they have a checkpoint they're supposed to get to by nightfall every day.
Kind of like the Amazing Race.
Yes, and at checkpoints they have like tents and food and cooking equipment set up. But if they don't make it in time, then they just have to camp in like sleeping bags and eat freeze-dried food from their backpack.
So that's like every camping trip I ever had was just sleeping bags and freeze-dried or left like expired MREs, which are Army meal ready to eat. Okay.
Yes.
So, wherein lies the catch, the hook, the sneaky bit of this show?
So if a person can't cut it and can't make it on the trip, like if they drop out or like have to be like medically evacuated from the thing, then the team loses their money.
Oh shit! It's not like their money goes like it gets divvied up. If they drop out, fuck you, you don't get that money anymore.
Yeah, that money's gone.
Okay, so there's no like pushing people off the mountain to get their money then.
No.
Okay.
No.
Probably a good call.
But when they reach a checkpoint, they get to vote somebody out, somebody off the mountain, and they get to keep that money.
Oh, some bitch. Mm-hmm. So if you're the guy you know is going to get voted out, like this next checkpoint, I know my number's up. You just peace out before then, so they don't get none of your money.
I mean, that would be my plan.
Yeah, 100%. You're like, all right, bitches, you want to play this game? Fine. I'm taking this money, and I'm taking my football and going home.
Or they're trying to change everyone's mind and get somebody else voted off instead.
Nah, you know when it's your time, though. Like, having watched enough of, like, I'm about to pull that shade down on you, Bubby.
It's just shadow. I mean, just a reflection.
You're going to have to, like, you know, a lot of them know, like, my time is, it's me. I know I'm the next one.
You know it's mainly the older people.
Maybe, yeah. So what's your favorite part about this show, Mander?
I love it all. Like, I love, so everyone that makes it to the top of the mountain splits the money.
Right.
And like one of the rules of the game is they have to all travel together.
Okay.
Like it's not like run ahead and leave people behind. You have to all like reach the points together.
It's teamwork. Makes a dream work.
Right. So it's not only like an individual game, like you want the money. You kind of want it to like you want to make it all the way, and you have to like fight every day to challenge yourself to like make it to that next point. Because I mean they're like battered and bruised, like they're falling down on rocks and stuff, like they're beaten up.
Like you're climbing a mountain,
but then you also have to like get other people to like you and want to keep you around or see value in you, but not see you as a threat, but not see you as like the weakest link. And so like there's just a lot.
Okay, so let me ask a couple questions here so I get this all in my head. How many people started the competition?
I think it was 16 to start.
Okay, and then how many rest stops are there along the way?
Well, I don't remember how many checkpoints are, but there's only 14 days. They have to make it in 14 days.
So I guess
nobody gets the money.
My question is, like, if you're voting somebody out at each one of these checkpoints or whatever it is, how many people, in theory, is the max number you're going to end up with at the top of the mountain?
I'm not sure, because like it's a new show and like they don't lay out like all the rules at the beginning. This is just kind of how it's going.
Okay.
So I mean, there could be something where if someone drops out, then that's less people. Like, so I don't know. My guess is there's going to be like, I would realistically guess there's going to be like 2 or 3 at the end.
Okay.
But who knows?
That makes sense. I mean,
yeah.
It sucks to put in all that mountain climbing work and get squat and Ola, but you probably
have to depend on 1 or 2 people to help each other get there.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't have just like one dude trying to climb that mountain at the end. He's for sure going to die.
No. Yeah.
So there's another, I got a kind of a segue to this one. I just read about this online like a day or so ago. There's a race. It's like a 5K race, okay? So you got to run this 5K race in under an hour. So not terribly difficult, right? And there's like,
would be for me.
There's like 500 people who start the race. And each one of them has $100, okay? And you got to make the 5K lap in an hour. I think it's 5K, but whatever it is. You got to make the lap in an hour. And if you get to it before the end of the hour, then you can rest. If you get there like right at the hour mark, the next lap starts and everyone got to go again.
Ooh.
So you keep going around in circles, round and round and round and round. And it keeps going until everyone has dropped out but one dude who like has failed to either get across the line in time or has dropped out. And every time somebody gets dropped out, they put the $100 they're carrying into the pot, into this like lockbox. And then whoever's left at the end of the thing gets all the money that's in the lockbox.
Well, that's pretty cool.
But that's like that race goes on for like a couple days of you just running this same 5K lap just over and over. Like no sleep, no nothing. You just got to keep going.
Wow.
So it's like one of the hardest races in the world to win, apparently, because that's a lot.
That's a lot, yeah.
And there are some people who are like just squeak across the line just in time, and they just got to keep going. They don't even get a chance to like break or go to the bathroom or nothing. They just got to keep running. So, all right. So Amanda's got a new show. Bubby, what are you watching? What's your new show? What you got going on?
Have you ever? We may have talked about part of this. Curse of Oak Island.
Have I ever heard of Coast of Oak Island? Has been on TV for as long as I've been alive, as far as I can
but
tell.
It's still on. So, but anyway, they've got a show on the History Channel that I've been watching, Beyond Oak Island, and it's the brothers and one other guy that works on Oak Island, where they go out with all over the world, and they team up with treasure hunters. They're hunting pirate treasure and legend, where treasure or like some Western stagecoach robbery had buried treasure somewhere, and they're talking about the legends and actually going and digging in places and diving underwater for pirate ships, old sunken.
So they're not doing their own adventure anymore. They're just like going and checking out where other people had adventures.
Right, yeah. And in some cases, you're thinking, man, this is so much better than Oak Island because they're actually finding treasure.
So for those folks at home that don't know what the Curse of Oak Island is, and I find it amazing if you don't know, but there are foreign people from foreign lands listening, so we'll clue them in. The Curse of Oak Island, there's an island. Where's that island at?
Nova Scotia.
Up in Nova Scotia, where there's supposedly buried treasure. And there's this whole legend around the buried treasure. These guys bought this island, and they've been looking for this treasure. And they have been looking for this treasure for, I'm going to guess, no less than 15 years, probably longer than that.
Probably-ish, yeah.
And every episode is them digging up a bunch of stuff and then going, "Ooh, look, a piece of wood. This wood could come from the casks of where."
And it's coming from like 100 feet down.
Yeah, like 100 feet down in the ground.
So it's like, where'd it come from?
Right, but that show is all tease and no payoff.
Right.
There's never once been and they just dig bigger holes.
It's like, how in the world are they paying for everything?
And they drain swamps, and they just do all this stuff, and there has never been a single. This is like the search for Bigfoot. There's just no payoff at all. It's just
lots of buttons and a metal cross.
Yeah. All kinds of like knickknacks and trinkets.
A coin, maybe.
That we're going to find later on. They got off of Amazon and just been sprinkling it around the island.
Yeah, they got nothing.
And they've been spending this millions of dollars to look for this
excavators.
So much money has been spent on Oak Island to find Squat and Ola.
Yeah. And there's a new season this year.
Yeah, and then next week we're gonna find out that they actually found like $1 billion worth of gold.
I know, right?
After all this time, and it was just underneath a rock that no one had bothered looking under yet.
Had to drain the swamp for that.
Yeah. So I have a new show as well that we have been watching. This stars Caitlin Olsen, who you might know from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's called High Potential. It's on CBS, I think. And this...
Well, my wife likes that one.
Yeah. This is a pretty good show. It is along the lines of like a Monk or a Psych or any one of those comedy kind of detective shows that they got out there. But basically, she was a cleaning lady, but she has like a super high IQ, but like can't like get her shit together. So like constantly being fired from jobs.
She got a baby.
She got like 3 kids. And an ex-husband who is also a nanny and does like driving school or something. But anyway, she accidentally helps the cops out on a case while she was the cleaning lady at the precinct. And so they bring her on to be a consultant. It's a pretty good show. She dresses like a hooker. Like if she showed up to like a police scene and you just saw her, you would say, oh, that's a prostitute they're interviewing for a thing. But no, she's just a lady who dresses like she's going to a bar at all times.
Right.
But it's a pretty good show, and we've caught up to it now. So now we're on the every other, every week. You got to wait every week to get a friggin' episode, which sucks. That's why I got rid of cable, was because I don't want to wait for that crap. Just put them all up at once, and I'll watch them all at once and be done with it. So that's our recommendations for new TV shows you can check out. Welcome to TV Talk, and check out those shows. But what was the name of yours, Bubby? Do you remember?
Beyond Oak Island.
Beyond Oak. Okay, so it's still Oak Island. All right, yeah.
Beyond Oak Island.
Beyond Oak Island, and then Amanda's Summit, and then High Potentials. Check them all out. It'll be good. All right, I'm going to tell my story here. This is not a fun story, but it is one I'm going to get out there. As everyone knows, I've talked about it plenty of times, I have anxiety. And normally I have my anxiety under control. About a week ago, I did not have my anxiety under control. So I would wake up in the middle of the night, like in a panic attack. Like it's 4 a.m. and I wake up mid panic attack. And so I'd get up and I'd, kind of get a drink, kind of try to reset myself, do some breathing exercises. I'd calm down. I'd go back to bed. This happened like 2 or 3 days in a row. Now, this is all chemical for me. So it's not like I'm panicking about something. It's just like the chemicals kick in. And Amanda knows this. Amanda was there for the beginning of this. She printed out papers and handed it to me and everything.
That's what I'm there for.
Yeah,
I'm the pamphlet hander out.
Yeah, you may need to look into this and then slide that piece of paper across the table. That's exactly what happened. And she was right. So waking up in the middle of exam time. So this happens like 2 nights in a row. And then last week, I started a panic attack that lasted 48 hours. All right. And Bubby, you ever had a panic attack?
No.
Okay. Heart's racing, just like hard to breathe, like you're being attacked. Like you fight or flight, and flight has kicked in, right?
I'm sorry.
But no real reason for any of this. 48 hours of this. There was a point where I got very concerned I was going to give myself a heart attack, and I did not know what to. I was like, I can't go to the emergency room. What am I going to tell them? I don't have and so I looked up my doctor, and I was like, okay, maybe I can get an appointment and go see my doctor. Guess when my earliest appointment is available for my general physician?
January
20th is correct. That is the soonest I could get in to see him. And I was like, well, that's not very helpful.
No.
And then I was like, well, I can send him an email in the little app for the hospital. And I look at that and I go, we'll get back to you in 2 to 3 days normally on this. And I'm like, oh, well, that's not going to be helpful, because if I still have this going on, then I'll be dead. So I just kind of had to ride that one out, and it was no bueno. And then at some point, the chemicals just I don't know, I started eating a little better, started taking a multivitamin, whatever was going on there, just kind of settled down and quit. But there was a hot 48 hours there where I was a complete and utter useless mess.
So there's no medication that'll help with that?
So I was on, okay, you want to get into the medication? Because this is fun.
Yeah.
So I was on medication at one point for my anxiety. And the medication that they gave you has some, let's say, interesting side effects. Okay. I was on that medication for about a year. And it has several side effects to it. None of them are major, oh no, but all of them are annoying. One of them is a bedroom related side effect. Oops, things are beeping. Oregon is calling. We're just going to ignore Oregon for now, because we're not going to let them in on the podcast, because I don't know who those people are. And then there were a couple other side effects for that medication. And after about, 8 months of that shenanigans, I kind of quit taking that medication. Now, come to find out, you are supposed to be eased off of that medication. Okay? that is very clear in the documentation. If you read it, let's say after you've already done this, they will tell you that you should not quit taking that medication cold turkey. And in fact, you should be weaned off of that medication by a medical professional. I did not know that. So I went ahead and just quit that cold turkey.
How'd that work out for you?
Well, my ears rang for 2 weeks straight, which I think was probably the least of the side effects of going off that medication, but it is the one I remember the most. Well, you got a little mood swinging, you got a couple other things. It wasn't terrible, but they were very clear that you shouldn't have actually done that on your own, but I did it on my own anyway because I'm insane. But the ears ringing, I do distinctly recall my ears rang for 2 weeks straight when I got off that medication. So there is medication. There's also another one you can take, which just kind of helps, like dampen down. If you're having a panic attack, it'll kind of damp down the panic attack and make it not as bad. I ran out of those pills a long time ago, and that was what I was going to ask for, but I couldn't get a hold of a doctor, so I just wrote it out and survived. So yay!
Can't you just get high or something? And
no, that does not help in any way. That is really just going to probably compound your problems at that point. Okay,
all right.
Because now not only you're panicking, but you don't sure if it's the panic attack is why you're feeling weird, or is it because you took an extra gummy?
Right, but then you just don't care.
No. That's not how panic attack works, Bubby. Now
being high.
I'm now doubly concerned by my problems. Haven't you heard people like call 911 because they think they're having a heart attack because they smoked too much weed? Yeah, but now do that, but also have a panic attack on top of that. So no, don't do it. I do not recommend. There's a guy on TikTok who is a stoner who kind of reviews other people's videos of like, I'm gonna take a fistful of gummies. These aren't gonna affect me. But he sounds just like Forrest Gump when he talks. And he's real fun, and he's always along the lines of like, yeah, it's going to be you're either a space cadet or you're an astronaut, and you don't know until you get there which one you're going to be. Space cadets, they better stay in the house and sit on the couch because they're not allowed out in society, and then astronauts can go out and explore society in their condition. So it really just depends on what you are. I think I am, as proven by my trip to Las Vegas, I'm pretty sure I'm a space cadet and should not be allowed out into the real world when I am imbibed. So that's what I got going on. What about you, Bubby? What you been up to?
We got done with the fall festival at the church, and now getting ready for Christmas.
Oh, how exciting!
And Thanksgiving.
You got big plans for
our church always has one service the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and we have like a potluck where we provide the meat and bread and potatoes, and everybody else brings everything else, and we have a potluck type thing.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Thanksgiving meal, yeah. So looking forward to that soon.
Now I know, Amanda, you have to work on Thanksgiving. That is a long-standing tradition at that place of business. Do you guys do Thanksgiving before that?
We do like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Early Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Okay.
On the day of Thanksgiving. So.
Right. I've been there. You try to just wolf down before noon because you got to get in the car and head to work. Not too long after that.
Yeah, but it's not bad. I like it. I mean, I still feel like I don't feel like I'm missing anything other than just taking a nap.
Right.
Like in the warm glow of the warm house from the turkey being cooked all day.
Right. It smells so good in there.
Right. But it's nice. I get to make food, eat it, and then I get to take a little bag of leftovers. So
you do not eat the provided lunch, the work provided.
No, I do
Thanksgiving.
not. I like to enjoy my Thanksgiving dinner.
Do they still do that?
Yeah, they still do that.
Yeah.
And it was not the best back in the day, and I can't imagine it's gotten better over time.
I mean, it's not bad, but mine at home are so much better.
Yeah. No. All right. What's your top two things that your family does the best at Thanksgiving?
What does that mean?
Like, what are the things you're looking like the food you're looking forward to? Like, what's the thing that is special to your family that you're like, we're gonna get that and it's gonna be delicious?
I don't know that it's special, but I love cornbread dressing instead of stuffing, and I'm in charge of making it, and it's delicious.
Now, is that homemade, or is that from a kit, or what?
It's homemade.
All right.
No kit, no box. I make it.
Okay.
Myself.
Herself. Made a special secret recipe.
Yeah.
That she will not be handing out the thing for. She will just will it to somebody upon her passing.
Exactly.
It's like Jordan makes Meemaw sugar cookies. That's what they're called, Meemaw sugar cookies. And it is a very specific recipe that is a little finicky, I'm going to be honest with you, in terms of you can put all the ingredients in there and do it just like the recipe says. And sometimes they're delicious and sometimes they don't turn out right. And there's no rhyme or reason to why those two things happen.
Nice.
Yeah. And Meemaw took most of the secret of what made that actually work great every time with her when she passed. So all they got is like the recipe card, and then you got to kind of try to figure out where all the secrets are.
Yeah.
I don't think my family is the very definition of basic ass bitch when it comes to Thanksgiving, in that I just like all the things that come pre-made, like stovetop stuffing and cranberry sauce out of the can, and I just want some corn and some I do like yeast rolls, but I'm not gonna be picky about it. Any bread will do, and then I like just regular ass turkey. And if there's a definition of this is the standard American Thanksgiving lunch, that is the one I want. What about you, Bubby? Yeah. What's your big secret on Thanksgiving?
So we have kind of quit doing the traditional, and we do.
Not only does he ruin Christmas and every other holiday, but Bubby's got to take it out on Thanksgiving too.
When you've done it so many years,
Bubby's just going to have freaking White Castle hamburgers and Campbell's
Taco Bell. Sometimes we like we'll make tacos for Thanksgiving, or we'll make chili.
Bubby's like, I'm not doing it. You can't make me do things.
It's just a normal Thursday in Bubby's house,
right?
We just, I don't know, just don't get into tradition. It's just me, Parker, and Kathy. We don't have any other family, so I've
made that thing.
I can tell you, if I had to have Thanksgiving by myself, I'd make a whole freaking meal.
I did that once.
Thanksgiving meal.
When my wife, when KK, how you doing, gave us all COVID for Thanksgiving, and I had to miss out on Thanksgiving, I made my own Thanksgiving here at the house. And I was like, I will eat these things with or without you people. And since I have to be quarantined, it will be without. And that was like the first Thanksgiving when COVID was around. So we were all scared we were also going to die. So that
if I were by myself, I'd have a Hot Pocket. I want to spend my time watching the parade, watching football games. I
do love the parade. I will get up early and catch as much of the parade as I can.
Yeah, that's
I watch
tradition
the parade while I'm cooking.
Yeah, that's usually when the second half. So we'll watch like the first half of the parade and then go over to her folks' house, and we'll watch the rest of the parade there while everybody's cooking up and getting everything, especially Thanksgiving. So
yeah, but see, you've got people cooking for you.
I'll cook for myself. I don't need Bub. You don't get this fat without cooking for yourself. I'll do it right now. I'll cook a damn turkey. I ain't scared. Instructions are right on it. It's got a little thermometer that pops up and everything. It ain't that hard. Yeah. Make sure you baste it and put a bunch of butter on it, and you'll be all right. That turkey get where you're going. I cooked a little baby one when I had to do it myself. Jordan can't eat the
poor little turkey.
Yeah, I don't think it was it was a bird of some kind. I'm not sure. It might have been chicken. I don't know. Quail, dove.
Dove. Yeah.
Really, just mix it. A
parrot,
penguin, whatever. I'll just eat whatever bird happens to be handy. So Bubby's Thanksgiving tradition is bah humbug to Thanksgiving. Just like Christmas and Halloween and all the rest of the holidays.
Yeah.
Bubby, is there a holiday you like to celebrate?
4th of July.
That's it? That's the only one?
That's it.
Blow some stuff up.
Hot dogs,
drink some beer.
Drink beer and blow stuff up.
Okay.
Don't have to give anybody gifts. Don't have to be thankful for anything. That's what I like.
Bubby Grinch. That's my favorite holiday ruiner of them all. It's Bubby. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving. It's coming up here. We only got a couple weeks left till it's late this year. It's at the end. So I got to do Thanksgiving, go have Thanksgiving, then come home that evening and put up all my Christmas lights because we've got our annual Christmas party that happens on Black Friday, where my wife has her family.
Hold on. Did you say that Thanksgiving is late this year?
Yes, it is at the.
It's always the same.
No, it's the fourth or third Thursday. Which thing?
Fourth Thursday.
It's not the same date.
It's not the same day though. So this year it's like right at
28th.
the end. Yeah, 28th, right at the end of the month. But you could have it as like the 25th or the 24th.
Yeah, there's 5 weeks in November,
okay.
right?
I'm with you. I'm with you now.
Yeah, no, it's the same. It's the same designated day, but the day shifts. It's like Easter, kind of shifts around a little bit on you.
Oh, that's December.
Okay.
December's got 5 Sundays.
Okay.
Okay. So it is later in, but my point being that we are closer to Christmas this time.
Black Friday is different.
The Black Friday is the same, but it's closer to Christmas this time around. So I got to get all those decorations up before that thing. And since the Chiefs are playing on Black Friday, I got to get the dang decorations up even earlier because everyone's coming over to watch the game too.
Nice.
So,
what time should I be here?
Game starts at 3, so I guess get over here. But you got to wear your pajamas. And
that I can do.
There's going to be games that you have to participate in with small children.
Oh, jeez.
So. I didn't think the Grinch actually wanted to come to this particular.
You've already ruined it for me.
This particular Christmas tradition here. I didn't think that you were interested in actually celebrating a holiday. That wasn't the 4th of July.
I believe I don't know.
You can fly?
I have started yesterday. I started doing the flames at the MSU basketball game.
Okay.
So I might have a game.
Bobby's gonna. That's it. Bobby was gonna be here. That's what I'm telling everybody.
Yeah.
Bobby was gonna be here, but he had a thing. He had to work.
My last football game on 23rd. So yeah.
You got just a little flame cannon that shoot out off when everybody comes in through the tunnel. Is that what you're doing?
Well, it's when they're introduced.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not
starting at point guard number 27, Mike Monroe. And
they shoot off gerbs down there, but I shoot the big stuff off the top.
Oh, fancy boy
for touchdowns and field goal.
Oh, for the football games.
Yeah, for football, and then basketball is just flames for intro of the.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were talking
about. Team.
That's what I thought we were talking about.
Yeah,
basketball's over, isn't it?
No, it just started yesterday.
Damn it! I can't.
Just starting.
I feel like basketball and hockey just are constantly going.
No,
I know.
Started.
I know baseball's over, and it don't start again until the spring.
Right.
But I have no idea. I know that basketball and football overlap, but I could care less about
a week or two. Yeah.
About the basketball. So I don't really know when that happens. Speaking of football, though, Bubby, what the actual what?
Luckiest team ever.
What the actual what? So we were We were watching the game. For those who don't know, the Kansas City Chiefs were down in this game, down by 2. I want to say 1 or 2.
2 because they were
No, down by 1 because they didn't go for 2. They went for 1 to go up by 1. So the Kansas City Chiefs down by 1 point. 2 minutes left in the game.
They're up by 2. They ended up.
No, but they were up by. The other team was up by 1.
Yes, and then kicked field goal. We went up by 2. Somehow we're up by 2 at the end.
Yeah. So there's a couple minutes left, and the other team is driving the football down the field. They get within field goal range. All they got to do is kick a field goal. They win the game.
Right.
Chiefs perfect season down the toilet. And I look at my wife and
who misses a 35
yard field goal?
Nobody.
He's got it. He's got it. This game is over. I look over to my wife and I say, all I got to do is block the kick. And everyone's like, that's not going to happen. And I'm like, because
it's the Chiefs.
It's scripted. The NFL just wants to finally get rid of the Dolphins and their undefeated season. So they're going to give it to the Chiefs this year. And sure enough, just sure as Christmas happens, here comes the Chiefs and boom, block that field goal.
Right.
And
jump on it.
Not that it mattered because the clock had run out at that point.
They had 1 second.
1 second. And here's Mahomes just running a lap on the field, just so excited. And Andy's
Lost his mind.
And Andy Reid's just like, let's go home. I win again.
I planned this.
We drew this play up. It's called Sneak Snickers number 4. And we ran Sneak Snickers 4. And here we are, winners of the game again, 9-0.
Amanda, did that help you or hurt you?
I don't care because I don't have any of the Chiefs players.
I have 2 Chiefs players. And
the Chiefs players are not great.
No, they're not.
Fantasy football.
No, they play like awful.
Travis Kelce did give me 16 points, and Harrison Butker did give me 10 points.
Nice.
So but those are like the 2 best ones you can have on that team because they're both usually going to play and usually do all right.
Right.
I did not do well again this week. The Judgmental Stare Bears, they beat me.
She destroyed you.
By 41 points.
Wow.
And she still has somebody left to play. I
also got destroyed this week.
I have, she has, fire. She has Tyreek Hill still to play and is already up 40 points on me. So this is going to be, when I get the recap from Yahoo Sports, they are not going to be kind to my shenanigans this week.
Are they the Monday night game?
Yes, they are the Monday night game. Miami is playing at Los Angeles Rams.
Hey, but your Washington's doing really good.
Except for they lost.
Well, but they were ahead for a long time.
Yeah, they looked good. Yeah. Again, I think next year or two, they're going to be getting their crap together, hopefully.
I mean, they're still 7-3. That's not bad.
But in the worst division in football. I mean, the rest of that division is 100% hot garbage.
Well, they were ahead for a while.
Yeah, they should still be up, I think. But anyway, my wife's still rooting for the Chiefs and Commanders Super Bowl, and I had to tell her that there are a lot of better divisions in the NFC that will probably shut my dream down of getting to a Super Bowl, but we shall see.
And that started yesterday.
With their loss. But that's fine. Pittsburgh played a good game, and they did what they had to do, so I had no complaints here. Amanda, anything else before I continue on with my ramblings?
No, you can continue.
Okay, thank you. I have a question for you guys. It's something I realized here in the last day or so. And it comes to music. Bubby, on a scale of 1 to 10, how musical would you say you were?
7 or 8.
Okay. Amanda, where are you going to put yourself on the musical 1 to 10 scale?
Maybe a 3.
Oh.
But I really like music.
Okay.
I don't know what the scale is.
Okay, that's fine. I've not been clear in my definition of the scale. I was just looking for some base number here to kind of judge where I'm at. I would say I'm like a 6 or a 7 musically. I would love to be able to play an instrument, but my brain does not work that way. I can kind of play the piano. I took a lot of piano lessons to not be able to play the piano. I took a lot of violin lessons to not be able to play the violin, a lot of clarinet lessons to not play the clarinet. My brother is a professional musician of a kind. He works with marching bands and that kind of stuff. He's the leader, the head honcho of a very prestigious drum corps.
Nice.
And so that's what he does for a living, kind of thing. I've realized that I don't think I know the words to most songs. And by that, I mean, I don't think I've listened to the words to most songs. I listen to the beat and kind of the flow of the song, but I don't think my brain doesn't listen to the words they're saying. More of the way they're saying it to the music.
Yeah.
And so then when I try to sing us along with a song, I realize very quickly
not the right word.
that I not only don't know what the words are, I'm not sure what the song is about most times. even if it's a song I've heard like a million times, I just don't know. There's one that goes don't know the words to this song at all, but I know that tune like the back.
Sounds like a polka.
Yeah, no. So sounds like a polka. Bubby, how much polka you listening to in the course of a week over there?
0.
All right, you sure? Because you seem like a polka kind of guy. Like if anybody was into polka, but somebody said to me, Bubby's like heavy into polka. He's got like it's all on his iPod, and he just listens to it nonstop. I'd go, that seems about right. That math checks out.
There's a polka Parker likes to listen to.
All right, I'm interested.
I'm trying to think of the name of it. Anna something polka.
Okay. Anna Karenina polka.
Could
based on the book.
Could be. I don't know. But yeah. We are part German, so.
All right, there you go. The polka of Anne Frank. Is that it? Is that the one you're listening to?
That's a bad ending.
Yeah, that's a sad polka there at the end. But so do you know the words to songs? Like if a song's on, you know what the song's about.
I'm like you. I don't listen to the words a lot, but you hear the songs so much, you get to know them.
I know the chorus
especially
usually.
If you listen to karaoke and
what?
What?
Listen to karaoke?
Yeah, if you do karaoke.
Bubby, how often? All right, now I have sidetracked my own story here.
I've only been once or twice. So.
Okay, so you're not like a every Thursday night you're at the reason you can't podcast on Tuesdays is because you're at karaoke.
No,
and you got your own time slot you show up for.
No.
All right, just checking. How about you, Amanda? Where are you on the words to songs?
I think I'm way ahead of both of you.
Okay.
Like, I don't know in the grand scheme of where I'm at, but I know a lot of words to a lot of songs.
Okay, so my wife is kind of what like clued me into this. She is tone deaf, so couldn't carry a tune in a bucket if she had to, right? But she knows all the words to the songs. Like me, I know the tune, right? I'm real good at the tune. I'm real good at the beat. I'm real good at the melody. I don't know the words, but she knows all the words to the songs, and that amazes me because I'm
really bad at the names of songs. Like, I don't know what is playing if I hear it.
Right.
Sometimes, like, my wife loves watching Name That Tune.
Right.
And finish the lyrics or whatever.
So Name That Tune, I'm pretty good at because I just got to hear I hear the melody and then I can jump out there. But like if they ask me to sing along with that song, oh no, I'm doomed. So it's a weird. It's like it's weird to me. Like I just don't understand. And there's a song by a blues traveler called Hook. Do you know Hook?
No.
Okay. And that song is all talking about how it's all fake and how the music's all fake. And basically, if you have a good hook to your song, that'll keep the people interested, and the rest of it's all just crap and bullshit. I did not know that. I loved that song. I listened to it all the time. Did not have any idea what that was that song about because I just knew the chorus, and I just waited for the chorus to come around, and I'd sing that part, and just didn't actively listen to the words of the song. So something might be broken in our brains, Bubby. That's all I'm saying. Like they're talking to us.
I don't think you're listeners. I don't think you really listen.
No, we just listen to the beat. And
do you think that's just in general, Amanda? Do you think we're just not active listeners?
It's in general. Like, I think if I'm telling you a story and there's music playing behind me, I don't think you'd hear anything I would say.
No, probably not. No, 100%. You were probably correct. If there is a distraction behind what is going on, I'm doomed. Like those videos where they have like watch this scene here, and you watch the scene and they go, all right, how many monkeys were in that scene? And you go, there's monkeys in that scene? I'm that guy. I'm the guy who's like, there's monkeys in, where was them? And you go back and you watch it and you're like, fuck, there's like 8 monkeys in this scene. What the hell happened? Because I was not paying enough attention.
Had a stroke.
Yeah, no, I think Amanda's right. Like I get like hyper, like I can't do, like if we're watching TV, I can't have my iPad out and be on my iPad and have the show going and think that I am going to watch the show. Or Jordan will talk to me when I am watching a show, and I can only do the one thing. I can focus on the show, or I can listen to her, but I can't put those two things together. And she's like, "Are you listening?" I'm like, "No, I am watching this show. I have no idea what you just said."
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Kathy knows there's a lot of times she talks to me while TV's going. I'm not gonna catch half of what she says,
right?
Because I'm actually paying attention to what's going on TV.
See, that's me and Bubby, and then Amanda's on the other side of it, where she's just catching it all. She hears everything that's going on. She knows. So yeah, that was my realization, that my self-awareness here this last couple of days is I don't listen to the words, but like old songs, like Billy Joel songs or like The Who or anything like that, I know all the words to that just because I've listened to it enough times. Plus, they're easier to sing to. I feel like older songs are easier to. Now, here's some old man bullshit I'm about to say here. The music these days, the kids are making, it's hard to hear. I can't understand anything them kids are saying.
I just don't know a lot of the new artists either.
Oh no, let's say the MTV Music Awards, they still do those, right? I'm pretty sure they do, because they just did the European one, so I'm going to assume they're doing the U.S. ones as well. They all right, and tonight we've got, and then they list a bunch of words
right
in a row that I have no idea any reference to any of those words. That part of the culture has just sailed. Yeah. And I'm not going to catch on. I got your top 5 probably out there doing stuff. I know what a Doja Cat is, but that's probably not that up to date.
Dua Lipa, I
probably know what that is.
Yeah.
There's some big, like the bigger names that kind of break through the culture I got, but this is Little Stinky and Fran, and I don't know who the fuck Little Stinky and Fran are. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. I'm just like, oh, okay. That seems like people who probably make music.
Is that their real name, or you make?
No, I just made those up.
Okay,
but you don't know.
I don't know, because they could have been.
What's the local lady who gets that real popular right now?
What? Oh,
HOTTOGO. That lady. What's her name? Amanda doesn't know either.
I know.
Rain,
I just want to see if you guys can come up with it.
Rain.
No?
Not Rain. Not even a little bit of Rain. It's her name.
It's not her name.
Well, it's not Rain. I know that much. It's not Dua Lipa, because that's all I can think of now that Bubby said it. It's not Sia. It's not.
No.
Rainbow.
Not Rainbow.
No.
Rain is not in this at all. I can guarantee that part. If you're mad right now listening to this podcast and would like to write in and tell us what kind of idiots we are, reach us at itsallfishchips@gmail.com. What's her name? Rowan.
Row.
Shit.
Chapel
Roan. Chapel Roan. I got there.
Yeah.
On my own, I got there. Chapel Roan.
Good job.
How'd I miss Chapel?
Right?
But Rain, I was thinking Rain, but I was trying to think of Roan. Yeah.
Right. So she's real popular here in Missouri, especially in the Springfield area, because she grew up just outside of Springfield.
Yeah.
So she's
very popular everywhere.
She's very popular everywhere, but the only reason I know who she is, because I know that song, because that song is crazy catchy, and it will stick in your head. The Hot to Go one.
I don't know if I've even heard her songs.
Oh, shit.
Maybe I have. But.
You've not heard HOTTOGO? You can take me hot to go. That song's real catchy. It'll stick in your head. But the only reason I know her is because she's from this area. Otherwise, I'd have been doomed on this one. So yeah, that's where I am on current. That's my old man shit. I'm going to tell you right. Welcome to the Old Man Podcast, where I talk about old man stuff. Amanda, who are you listening to right now? What's your big new? Give us somebody we can check out. Me and Bubby.
I don't think I really have anybody new.
Okay.
I'm sure I mentioned it before, and I'm sure you both have not listened to her, but Sierra Farrell.
Okay, first of all, I'm going to say this is the first time I've heard this, but that might just be because I'm not a good active listener.
That is
but
correct.
if you put a link in the chat, I will check that out.
Pretty sure Amanda talked about it when we were on our trip, or when
I got back from my trip.
That's it. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of music
Good
is
job,
that? Bubby was paying attention.
It's like Americana.
Okay. The new band.
I don't know if either of you will be into it, but it's good.
Okay.
It's worth a listen.
And I might have mentioned this band. This is the one that, and another reason I know this band, and they're an independent band, is because they are like hot in my TikTok feed for whatever reason. I clicked a thing that I shouldn't have clicked, or should have clicked. I'm not sure. But Lawrence is the band that I am big into. It's currently, the internet is saying they sound like the band from the Cantina in Star Wars.
Okay.
Especially the newer, when they show them in the newer movies, but they say they sound just like that. And they're not far off of that, to the point where that band made a video singing the song from the Star Wars band.
Nice.
So,
and I love that that's like your new hot band.
Right,
because
they've been
old.
Yeah, they've been around for a while, but like they're new to me, and so I'm like, that's new to me. That's awesome.
Yes. That's exciting. They're very excited you're listening to them.
Right? I'll subscribe to their podcast if they got podcasts. They can subscribe to mine. We'll switch podcasts, me and them. So, Bobby, what do you think the newest? What you think the newest music is you're listening to, or have listened to, and like can identify? I'm interested just how far back this goes.
I really don't listen to much. I spend most of my time researching contemporary Christian music to sing and worship, because right now we don't have a worship leader, so I'm doing half his job. So
very fancy. Well, you should sneak in some Chapel Roan then. see if the kids notice.
Yeah, I don't think.
But that's music, Bubby. So you're keeping up with music.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's contemporary Christian.
Yeah, people listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of there's not a lot of new stuff. I mean, some of the older guys are putting out new stuff, but
so we're talking like
Chris Tomlin and
I don't know who these people are. But any relation to Lily?
No.
Okay.
No.
That'd be my only in there.
Kane.
Like WWE's Kane, or a different?
About the same way.
Oh, okay.
It's a music group.
Okay. I'm going to guess it's not the same genre though as the Undertaker's brother Kane.
No.
Okay.
No.
Not the same vibe I'm getting off of both of those.
No.
All right. So so that's our little musical journey there. Bubby, Amanda, I wanted to tell you something. Parker, if you're listening, I need you to hop in here. Bubby says Parker had a question that he was supposed to ask on the podcast, and then he can't remember the question.
I'm getting old.
So he's going to go home and...
yes,
Was this life advice? I'm just going to try to jog your memory here.
Probably.
Life advice from us to Parker?
I think so.
Because I'll give him all the good advice. I'll help out Parker.
I don't remember the question.
Okay.
I'll ask him, and
okay,
maybe he can remember what I was going to ask.
Okay.
Because I told him, I said, this is a question I'll ask on the podcast.
And then just straight up smoke that answer.
Totally forgot.
Okay.
So I'm got to start putting it in my phone.
Okay. That's what we got the team chat for.
Yep.
My wife just went to a big fancy gala for her work. Had to dress up, wear like a fancy dress and stuff. I was not invited to that event.
They know better.
Well, also tickets were like $300, and that is not we're not paying $300 for me to stand around and eat a bunch of hors d'oeuvres and not talk to anybody, because that seems like a complete waste of money. But what was the last fancy like function you went to? I know Amanda's. She went to that awards thing here not too long ago. Was that fancy, Amanda?
That wasn't fancy.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not fancy.
I think like
if
every
it's fancy, I'm not going. I don't care whether it's work or anything. I'm not going.
I think like every like award ceremony, like and I have not been to many award ceremonies, but in my brain, every award ceremony is like fancy, like the Oscars.
Yeah, right.
Like people get dressed up, and there's a.
Is that not true? Is that not how it works?
No, I don't think so. Like, if you watch the Kids' Choice Awards, you'll know that is not, in fact, the case, because they're going to get slimed. But they still do that, don't they? I'm still hip. Am I still hip? I don't know. I'm going to guess they
probably
do.
not.
I think they still do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess they do. If not, we're gonna bring it back. We're bringing back the Kids' Choice Awards. Send in your nominations for funniest couple to the email address, and we'll.
Me and Amanda.
But I think you might be stretching the word couple a little further than it's meant to stretch. You may snap that in half. What's the last fancy thing you went to, Bubby? Like the last thing you had to dress up for? And you could say funeral or
wedding. A long
wedding.
time. Probably Ethan's wedding.
Okay. That was a hot minute ago.
I don't even remember what I wore, but
I wasn't invited.
It was nice.
So I didn't get to go to that one. Ethan, not a fan of me. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying it. He has no reason to invite me.
Pretty sure you were already gone by then.
The last fancy event I went to was also a wedding. But
your own?
No, not my own. That would have been a hot minute ago. No, I went to one here just like a month or so ago. One of my coworkers got married, so
nice.
I went to his wedding. It was a Marshallese wedding. So he is a straight little white dude from Missouri, and his wife is from the Marshall Islands, and they got married. And it was a very abrupt mixing of cultures. Let's say that. It's a lot of uncomfortable white dudes standing around and a lot of Marshallese people having a lot of fun. And we had a pretty good time there. Good food. They gave us gifts, which was nice. I got some like macadamia nut candies, and my wife got like a flower, like a crafted flower they put in her hair, and it's a very lovely ceremony. It's out in the middle of nowhere. But I had a lovely time. Jonathan, if you're listening, which I know sometimes you do, we had a lovely time at your wedding. You and your lovely bride. And Scott, friend of the podcast, went as well, and a bunch of people from work. So Scott's going to come on the podcast here. I forgot to introduce Ryan, who didn't show up tonight. Thanks for coming, Ryan. Appreciate you being here. I did invite him, but he's a busy man with busy things to do. But Scott said he's going to come on the podcast and hang out with us as well. So looking forward to that. Anything else, Amanda, you want to wrap up here? Because you didn't have a fancy event, right? Like family wedding?
No.
Probably the last one you went to?
I don't know. I don't do anything where I have to like dress up. I wouldn't consider any event like that I've gone to where I've dressed fancy probably ever in my life.
Like fancy. Like you've had to wear like a dress and stuff to play things, but not like
that's not really fancy.
Not like a gown.
If it says fancy or tuxedo, like black tie, I'm gonna say no, thank you.
I've probably been to like 3 black tie events ever in my life, I would say. And I was much younger in those days. I used to own a tuxedo at one point. Had a bunch of different cummerbunds and bow tie combination things there.
I had about 2 because I was in singing groups when we wore tuxedos.
Hold on.
What?
You had 2 different tuxedos?
Well,
a white and a black?
No, it was a black tuxedo with a couple different cummerbund.
Okay, yeah, the cummerbund combination.
Red and blue,
yeah.
I think.
That's for some reason, maybe for prom or something. I think at some point we just bought the tuxedo instead of renting it. And so I had that thing until I got too big to wear it anymore.
Right.
I got a glandular condition, gigantism. But at one point, I did own a tuxedo with like a bunch of, I had like probably 5 or 6 different cummerbund and bow tie combinations to go with it. Mm-hmm. I don't know what I was doing when I was younger. I did not have like my crap figured out back then. And I owned a kilt at one point. I still own it. I just can't fit into it anymore. I got that for a wedding for one of my cousins that got married, and I believe her husband. The details of the past are a little fuzzy to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. Anyway, part of the family was from Scotland, so my dad bought us kilts, and they were the tartan of my dad's side of the family, which is the McDonald's. So,
did you wear underwear on it?
Yes, I did, and there was an old lady at that wedding who kept trying to look to see if I was or not. And so luckily I was, because she was going to find out one way or the other. I don't know what's going on there, but sometimes old ladies get horny, I guess. So I guess let's just kind of. I think I've
with that.
Yeah, with that. Having said old ladies are horny. Welcome to the title of the podcast. I'm just going to call this podcast "Old Ladies Are Horny," and we're going to move on with our lives. If you've enjoyed the podcast or you have questions, because I imagine we have raised a few here today, you can rest the podcast. It's allfishandships@gmail.com. Check us out on our website. It's allfishandships.com. Check out our Facebook group. Its Facebook group is It's All Fish and Chips on Facebook. If you get to It's All Fish and Chips, the page, it'll link you to the group. So don't worry about that. Either way you go, you'll end up where you're supposed to be. The YouTube is broken at the moment, and the videos are not uploading like they should. The lovely people at Podbean are working on that, but the last several episodes have not made it up onto the YouTube, so I'll have to go back and add those here in the near future. And if you'd like to be a friend of the podcast, just like KK and Anthony and Ed and my wife and Carol, then you can check us out on Patreon. It's only $3 a month, so it's not very expensive. And we're going to get a new microphone here in the pretty near future, thanks to all of our Patreon subscribers. Having said all of that, we're going to wrap this one up. My name is Thor.
Bubby.
Amanda.
There you are. And remember, folks, no matter what you got going on in your life, it's all fish and chips.
I miss Tyler.
Do you?
Yeah.
Write him a letter and tell him. Yeah, exactly.
Who are you talking about?
I do.
He's dead to us, Bubby. Tyler's dead. I'd say he'd hear us, but I know he's not listening. So
nah, he don't care.
In fact, we'll shake our fist at you, Tyler, and say ugly.
Drink some more Lord.
Drink. We'll be back.